So, Hyundai has offered somewhere a more premium experience,
Correct.
more premium systems, let's say, to give you a better experience. Whereas Maruti and Suzuki seem to be going on the focus of efficiency. And that to me is something that needs to change.
Understood.
Because with this Dzire, you can see that they have tried to do, and this is what I meant by name calling, that they're doing a Hyundai thing. They're trying to splash you with this wow factor, which is with that striking front end, with a sunroof, doing segment first features like the 360-degree camera, the electric sunroof, that all LED lighting up front, which is that Audi-esque kind of LED lighting, and that's the other name calling you can do for the Dzire, that the front end looks like an Audi. So they are trying to create this wow factor, which are things that Maruti and Suzuki have not done in the past.
Correct.
They've actually been called laggards for features. They were always the last to bring things.
Yeah, I think there was a comment that put it very succinctly in our last thing that I think on the Swift thing, saying that Maruti makes mathematically very good cars, but fundamentally uncle cars. And they don't understand coolness and sleekness and youthfulness and all of these attributes. They just don't get it.
Right. So they are so good at engineering and being rational about how to deliver this really efficient and effective product. But the emotion side of it gets almost left by the wayside.
Yeah, and experience creation will not come from mathematics. It will come from a deep-seated sense of this is a cool thing to do and this is an uncool thing to do. This will be perceived as classy and this will not be perceived as classy. And I'm not convinced that we are that country anymore that looks at that last 1 kmpl. Am I getting it or not? I'm not convinced we're all like that anymore.
Shubhi, the thing for me is, if you ask me as an individual, as a private user, I'm not a taxi guy.
Of course.
Right?
Thank God.
Side business.
If he shows up and I get a Uber or a Rapido or something, dude, that'd be so cool.
Sir, 5-star dena.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. 5-star to sabko mil raha hai, bro. Why are you worried? And we'll come to that at the end.
So, right now we've got the Swift with us, and I've been driving that around, same engine. The fuel efficiency between Pune and Mumbai is frankly ridiculous.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you give me another 3-4 kmpl, it's going to be like, I don't know what to do with this kind of fuel efficiency anymore. I mean, it's practically like, okay, indicated, like it was between 25 and 26. I left from the city, I'd been driving in the city, it was indicating a range of 90 kilometers. And I've driven halfway down the expressway and the range is at 120.
Wow. That does sound like it's not burning fuel at all.
It's ridiculous.
And they're supposed to be putting a hybrid addition to this in the near future.
That's the idea, that this engine, this 3-cylinder, will become the power pack for the hybrid system.
Right.
Which will come in bigger cars or more expensive cars or whatever. Right. But frankly, if we go from this 25, 27 on a highway to 40, I frankly don't know what I'm going to do with.
No, I think you don't understand that customer then. The Hero should be worried. Who will buy the Splendor?
Yeah. Actually, the threat in that kind of a scenario is two-wheeler users.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. See, this country is focusing on crash tests, which we will come to. Anyway, more than helmets, which is a far bigger issue. As far as I'm concerned, just statistically, it's a far bigger issue because there are more two-wheelers, right? So one way to do that is to discourage two-wheeler buyers. And the best way to do this, as far as I know, is to bring the economies of scale of using a car lower. And if a car gives 40 kilometers per liter.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, like for most people, a two-wheeler is a
stepping stone. Yeah, it's a stepping stone to a car.
Everybody dreams of having a car because family needs, functional needs. And for sure, with fuel efficiency like this, it's crazy. But how much will we give up for that? And already when it's at an incredibly healthy number.
Correct.
So with this kind of fuel efficiency, you just wonder, like, I mean, how much more do I need? And at what point is it okay to say that let's prioritize the other thing?
Yeah. No, it's true. And there was a time in the two-wheeler market, just to give you another example, where 71 kilometers per liter was different from 72 kilometers per liter, which was different from 75. And the person who did 75.6 had an advantage in the market. But those years are way behind us now. Most manufacturers will say this is the ARAI number, whatever it is. And these customers expect to see 61, 62 kilometers per liter. If they do, the bike is purchasable. Fuel economy is not a constraint. Anything above, bonus. Nobody's saying no to that. But it's not critical that it is 61 or 64 anymore as it used to be. And I'm saying at some point, buyers will come to that point where this last minute, last KMPL thing, we have to set it aside so that we can focus on superior experiences and turn them into people who love driving their vehicles.
I don't think that fuel efficiency is as big a deal as is we make up in our heads, because most of the people who talk about fuel efficiency as well, when you ask them afterwards how much do you get, it'll all be it's that much. How do you know? Did
Yeah,
you do
it's
it?
all like a feeling. It's not a
Correct.
maths thing. Yeah.
Did you do tank to tank?
No.
Did you actually do the same runs and same speeds or whatever to see? No, you're just doing a ballpark.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of security blanket that you throw
No,
around
and I
yourself, saying
don't
that
know
you bought
anybody.
something rational.
Yeah. And I don't know anybody who sold off a car saying, जब मैंने खरीदा था, when I bought it, I thought I'd get 14, but now I'm only getting 11, so I sold the car. No, I mean, you figure out
Something else has to be seriously wrong for you to get to that point
Yeah.
where you say the fuel efficiency is also a problem.
Correct. Yeah.
So I think that is one part of it for me, that the driving experience functionally has gotten better, but as an experience,
So it's easier to drive, but you're even less involved than you used to be. And it's even more encouraging of you to just let somebody else do the driving for you.
and think about it again, the diesel analogy.
Yeah.
It gets rumbly. It always has that boominess about it. It doesn't like being revved, but it's easy to drive. It's got great fuel efficiency. So if you think about it that way, they've brought what people love most about Maruti Suzuki back in a petrol avatar, but it's got diesel characteristics.
Got it.
So that's what they're managing to do with this engine.
If you really enjoyed this clip, there's not much that you can do because it's over, but this clip is from a much longer video which plays on our main channel, which is called MotorInc. I invite you now to visit there and explore this idea in more detail, and there you'll meet another amazing motoring personality, my great friend Kartikeya, the one and only.